Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football, welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all of you are doing well today. First and foremost, before we get into today's nitty gritty, I want to let you guys know if you were on the watch along for today's Tottenham versus Manchester United game, much appreciated. I hope all of you enjoyed it. If you weren't, then I am going to let you know I am doing neutral watch alongs from time to time, depending on my availability and what games are on, because we want to make sure it's a good big game. But I will be doing more neutral watch alongs. Today was the first of many. So yeah, thank you to everyone that tuned in, and make sure you keep your eyes peeled for more. As well as that, there are going to be some more football orientated videos coming alongside my Chelsea content. So the Chelsea content will remain exactly how it is. Daily Chelsea content, whether it's preview, review, news, analysis, whatever. And alongside that, you'll be getting additional bits of content. So yeah, thank you all so much to those that watched the watch along, and if you are new and you've subscribed, much appreciated. If you haven't, then hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell to be notified once I've uploaded. Smash the like button if you do enjoy this video, and check out my social media links in the description, including my Patreon, patreon.com/YTF for new extra exclusive content. Now, we move into the topic at hand, which is this front three that Chelsea used against Crystal Palace, which just looked absolutely incredible and has now raised a few eyebrows because we've been struggling for goals. And the Crystal Palace game was the first game under Thomas Tuchel where we scored more than 2 in a game. We scored 4, which is great, and long may it continue, fingers crossed. But the question has now popped up. Should we stick with that front three? The front three of being Mason Mount, Christian Pulisic and Kai Havertz as the main man up top. Should we stick with that as our most lethal front three? As much as it was really good to see against Crystal Palace, and to be honest, as lethal as it was, in the long run, I want to say no. In the long run, maybe Pulisic will have a big hand in this team. Maybe Mason Mount will have a big hand in this team. Maybe even Kai Havertz, but not as the leading main man up top. In the long run, for the rest of the season, I think, yeah, maybe. It could work. It could work. If we stuck with this front three and Havertz remains as lethal as he looked against Crystal Palace, then absolutely. Because that game against Crystal Palace was for sure Kai Havertz's first game where he really showed the Kai Havertz that we bought from Bayer Leverkusen. That Kai Havertz we've been looking to see for ages showed up. Yeah, his bigger rival in the Premier League came against Crystal Palace. That was the one game where he unveiled himself to the world. As Kai Havertz has now arrived at Chelsea Football Club properly. He was full of flair. He was in his moment, in his zone. He was, showboating. He looked confident. He was passing really well, getting into good positions. He scored. He assisted. He could have scored more. He's admitted that himself. If you go on the Chelsea app, you'll see the interview where he gave and he said, I could have scored more. And yeah, mate, absolutely. Not just a hat-trick. He could have scored about 5 or 6 against Crystal Palace. Let's put that right. But in the long run, is Kai Havertz our main man up top? No, he's not. As I've said, I think he can be a good supplement. I think he can be a good player in between the striker and the attacking midfielder. I think he can be used alongside a top striker. We've been waiting for Timo Werner to be that guy. So far, he's not been that guy. Do I think he can become that guy? He can. But if we are going to be bringing in Erling Haaland, for example, and if that is going to happen, there was rumours earlier today that Mino Raiola apparently wants to get Haaland on a wage of 1 million a week. That's just unbelievable. I mean, I'm not surprised because it's Mino Raiola. He is going to do that sort of thing. He is going to have that sort of idea. He thinks money, he sleeps money, he dreams money, he eats money, drinks money, does everything money. So I'm not surprised he's going to try and get his player to get onto a £1 million a week wage. I'm not surprised. But if Haaland were to come to Chelsea, regardless of how much he's being paid, I think a Havertz can combine with a Haaland. Now, what does that mean for Timo Werner? Because this is only going to add a little bit of an issue. We can't play Haaland, Werner, Havertz, Pulisic, Mount all at the same time. That's just not happening. That's just not happening unless we change the formation. Unless we go 2 strikers up top. We go one Well, you know what? If we went with 2 strikers up top and 3 attacking midfielders, then yes. But then it would mean how many wingers are you using? How many are you leaving in defence? It's not realistic. So we have to be a bit realistic in terms of what we can use, what we can do with the players that we have, and how Haaland would fit in if we were to bring him. Regardless, I think we're going to be bringing in a striker to Chelsea anyway, whether it's Haaland or it's Aguero or it's someone. Aguero, I think, will replace Giroud or Tammy Abraham. You can hold your breath when it comes to that one, because I'm quite certain, I do think that Aguero will be signing for Chelsea. I do think that is going to happen, and that won't interfere with any other business. I don't think that's going to interfere with Haaland or the prospect of Lukaku or a top striker. I think Aguero will come in as the replacement to Giroud or to Tammy Abraham. One of them, if not both, will probably be leaving Chelsea Football Club. So we got to watch out for that. But in terms of Kai Havertz, absolutely he can link up with anyone up top. And him as the leading man up front, he's not an in and out striker. Let's have it right, yeah? Chelsea Football Club, at such a high level, a big club that we are, we need an in and out striker who is operating at a world-class level. That's just what we need. We cannot go into 4 competitions next season with Haaland as a false 9. It doesn't compute. It doesn't compute. Now, unless he wants to become a striker and stay like that, then okay. If he does bang in the goals, then cool. But I don't think that's going to be the case. I don't think that was ever expected of him. I don't think even he wants to do that. It's clear what position he thrives in, and it's clear the way that Thomas Tuchel is using him at the moment, that yes, it's benefiting him and it's benefiting the team, but I don't think in the long run that is the long-term solution. I think it's a short-term solution up until the end of the season. So we're talking in order to get top 4. In order to try and secure as many goals as possible, because we need to score goals. We need to get top 4. We need to eliminate Porto. We need to get through the semi-final of the Champions League. We need to try and win the Champions League. We need to try and win the FA Cup. That's all going to come now in a rush, so we have to be on it. We need goals. There's no waiting. There's no, hang about and wait for something to happen. That's not happening. So in order to make sure that the team are scoring as much as possible, I can see why tactically Thomas Tuchel would operate on this level and give Havertz that leading role as a false 9, with Pulisic supporting, Mason Mount supporting, and for the rest of the season, as I've said, them being the main 3 up top, if they were to keep playing as they did against Crystal Palace, hell yes. I am not saying no to that whatsoever. Hell yes. Yeah, and then we go into pre-season. After that, we can see Timo Werner. We can see what's going to happen. We can see if he's going to come out of his shell, if he's really going to rejuvenate, if he's going to really adapt to England, to the Premier League, to his own head. Because let's have it right, with Timo Werner right now, he's in his own head. That's my understanding of why he's not scoring goals. I think he's overthinking. I think he's trying too hard. I think he's just caught up in, I've got to score, I have to score, I need to try and score, and he's just overworking and not keeping things simple. I think he's not letting the process run itself naturally. And that's probably catching up with him. The more games he plays, he doesn't score, the more he gets in his head. So, yeah. And that's not new at Chelsea Football Club. We've seen strikers go through that. So, right now, in order to assure ourselves that we are going to get goals and we are going to win games, and that way we get top 4, that way we can reach the semi-final, that way we will hopefully get past the semi-final, that way we can hopefully get past Man City in the semi-final of the FA Cup, we need goals. And right now, this front 3, Mason Mount, full of energy, full of charisma, full of directness in his game, fantastic, developing at such a fast rate. Pulisic, who has now come out of his shell, he played with like the Pulisic we've been waiting to see in terms of against Crystal Palace. So hopefully we get him playing really, really well on a consistent basis. And up top with Kai Havertz, that would be incredible as well. That would be incredible. So right now with Thomas Tuchel, the way he set everything up, I think it's ideal for Chelsea to just get themselves over the line. But in the long run, no. In the long run, to answer your question and the topic of this video, no, it would be a bit foolish. However, I think they can play very key roles in Chelsea going into next season and beyond. Regardless if it's Timo Werner that's our leading striker, or if it's Haaland that's our leading striker, or if it's Haaland and Werner up top with Havertz in behind. I mean, we have many, many combinations that Thomas Tuchel needs a whole pre-season to try and experiment, evaluate, analyse, and see what he's going to do. Maybe we go to a back 4. Maybe we shift the formation. Maybe he finds something in pre-season that can get everyone clicking together. that's down to the manager. That's down to his work. So we'll see what happens in pre-season. To answer your question, short term, yes. Long term, no. Basically. Thank you all so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Would you rely on this front three of Pulisic, Mount and Kai Havertz for the rest of the season? Do you think that's effective for us to get goals in order to get ourselves over the line and finish the season strong? Or do you think it was a one-game thing? And do you think it can go long term, or like me, do you think no, just for this season, and then we'll have to get an in and out striker to banging the goals for us, because that's just how top teams work? Let me know in the comments. I would love to hear it. Hit the subscribe button if you are new. Hit that notification bell, to be notified once I've uploaded. Smash the like button if you did enjoy this video, much appreciated. Once again, thank you to everyone that tuned into the Tottenham United watch along. More to come. As I've said, for other neutral games in the Premier League season, if we make the FA Cup final, then great. If we don't, I will still be doing that. For the Champions League, for other alternative Champions League games, for the Euros after the season, I will be doing watch-alongs for the Euros. That has to be done, and then we move into the new season. So, yeah, make sure you keep your eyes peeled for all the extra content coming your way. Thank you all so much for watching. I will see all of you tomorrow for the preview to Chelsea versus Porto. The home leg, even though it's taking place in Seville again. So I'll see all of you then. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a good one. Look after yourselves. Take care. And peace.